Today we're going to do another workout, and it's going to be a good one. We have a special guest with us today. My brother is going to show up in a little bit, so we're going to get started when that happens. So I can't guarantee, he's not always the most timely, but I wanted to show you yesterday, for anybody who was following along my pizza adventures, look at this dough. I just pulled it out of the fridge. Isn't this phenomenal? So perfect. I'm gonna let this proof in the oven. My brother and I are gonna end our workout with some pizza. So hold on, let me throw this in the oven. I already got it warmed up. Alright, gotta wash my hands. Maybe I should have more of an intro. You know, when I start this, I'm always just like, I dive too fast into it. I need a nice, welcome to the show. I don't know. Wipe my hands dry. All right. So I actually did get a bunch of equipment since the last workout. Let me pull up the Twitch comments. Test, test. You can hear me. Stream manager. Okay. Still sort of figuring out this new laptop setup, but I think it's all right so far. I think I got the lighting fixed as well, but we'll see if that works. It's supposed to auto adjust. Okay, so yeah, I got a few new things. We're gonna see how these things work, right? I don't have my dumbbells. Normally I'm working out with those. And I found kind of mixed results trying to do a lot of my exercises with bands. Remember, I was using these kind of bands, and there are a few exercises that they actually worked really great with. And so I'm pretty happy with these for those. But there's another set of exercises which I really couldn't really effectively target my muscles well with bands. Maybe I just needed a thicker one in some cases. But for example, I remember the Zotman curl. You can't really do that too well with this kind of band. So I got this thing where, you know, it has some handles, it has a grip, and we'll see. These are pretty strong. So I think I should be able to target my lats more. Let's set it up. Let's give it a shot until my brother gets here. So put that here. Feels a little bit on the cheaper side, isn't it? hilarious and sad how the world's going in that direction all the time, right? We get lower and lower quality products. They just want to take more and more out to lower their own costs. So like this fabric here, it's probably the thinnest fabric I've ever had on exercise equipment. Like usually they give you a little bit thicker. I feel like this might tear eventually, but all right. And I also got these things. So these can like go under your door, and then you can have a point where you can attach and do like various exercises. I'm gonna try right now. I'm gonna see if I can do some rows under my door. Okay, let's see. And we have a few more that we can add on if we really want to get a lot of resistance. But this set, actually, I ordered it. It was more for pull-up assistance. So you can see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so one thing I definitely need is to position this slide on this wooden, smooth wooden surface. Wow. I have some low-key fear that the door anchors are going to just whip through and strike me with incredible force, blind me. Okay, yeah, wow, that's pretty good. I kind of have to have my legs up, so it's a little weird, but it works. I feel like I want to sit back even more, add more tension. The goal today is going to be to really feel a burn. So if you want some muscle development and you're at home, you could be at the gym and you got a few bands, you got a mat, you got some dumbbells, join us. We're just going to be playing around, kind of experimenting, sharing what we know about working out. Back up even more. Okay, there we go. Whoa. That's interesting. The only problem I feel there is that with a traditional row, say you have like a cable machine, you can lean forward, you get a nice deep stretch in your lats. Pull towards your belly button into a traditional row position. But this is so short. I can't do that. So not quite as much of a stretch in the lats, but I definitely can feel some resistance. Let's try 2 bands. Insane. might like that more. It feels a little weird rocking like that, but it definitely targets my lats in a way that feels good. All right. What happens in the video? Reconnection successful. That's weird. I find it strange that it just randomly disconnected, but I'm glad it kind of has this auto reconnect feature. Streamlabs desktop never had that issue. All right. Like I said, we're waiting for my brother to come by. For now, we're just chilling. I'm playing with different things. Do a little bit of a warm up. Get the blood flowing. You don't want to stretch your cold body. Kick that butt. Shake it out. Okay. Let's do some neck circles. I'm just going to go through my normal warm-up routine. I'm not sure what my brother wants to do for a warm. I guess we could do the same thing. Lord. Get a really nice stretch in the scapula. Forward, backwards, mix it up. Wrist rotations. As usual, we'll be on the floor and doing a bit more wrist work because they're so darned important. Ankle. Don't forget both sides. Hips. Archer squat. Okay, some straddle rotations. Again, if you're watching at home and you're doing this as well, be really gentle here. You're putting a lot of weight on your wrists. Be careful. Just want to stretch them out a little bit. Lean forward. Lean to the left. Back to the right. Go in circles. You can do some wrist clocks here. And you can do some false grip. This one's especially good if you're getting into calisthenics. You can even lean a little bit, but again, be super careful. Putting a lot of weight on your wrists, and you don't want to injure yourself in the warm-up. You can open your fists, close your fist. We'll do some cat-cows. Try to really feel into the maximum amount of extension and flexion that you can. And do some lateral flexion, side to side. You can throw your head in there, your neck, but be gentle. If you want, you come down. What is this called? Child's pose? I don't know yoga. All I know is it feels real good. What's this one? Who does yoga? Hey, how's it going? Upward facing dog, cobra. We need a yoga teacher on this channel. I'm doing great. How are you? Just getting started on the workout. And you'd be surprised. There's some good stuff in there. Warrior 2. That's good to hear. What's on your schedule today? Kickboxing? Wow. Oh, I wish I was as flexible as I was when I was a kid. You need to maintain your flexibility now, okay? Because when you're a kid, it's a lot easier. Everything's easier when you're a kid. But when you get old and you're so stiff, you're like, I can't do a split. But when I was doing Taekwondo when I was a kid, I could kick like above my head so easily. And so all these different moves, you know, axe kick, were so easy. And now I'm so stiff. So I'm working on it. It's not impossible. If you're hearing this and you're like 50 years old, you're like, God, Nathan's saying it's hopeless. No, it's not hopeless. You can still get back to the same flexibility. But it's gonna take some time. Probably realistically, if you're like me and you can barely do a 90-degree angle here, year, 2 years maybe, depends on. I want to invent a machine. Actually, I want to invent machines that help you with your flexibility. Kind of the latest in flexibility knowledge in terms of getting flexible. It's not just merely about stretching. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Can you do the butterfly? How do you do it again? It's hard to do on land. Yeah, it's not merely about just putting yourself in a stretched position, but what you really want to do is strengthen the muscle in the stretched position. So if you're doing a split, you kind of want to think about pushing your legs towards the ground. Actually, if I'm doing this split right here, resisting this direction to build muscles in the stretched position, right? It's not merely get more flexible. Oh God, maybe doing. You got an early schedule, my man. A little brutal to me, but you know, I'm kind of a bad boy. Up until 1 a.m. I should try to go to bed a bit earlier. Morning is such a nice time. It's so underrated. Well, because either you're getting up early and you don't want to, because you just have to go to work, enjoy the morning, or you get up late, like me, and so you miss the morning. But whenever I do get up, you know, I'm talking like the crack of dawn. It's such a nice, pleasant hour. The angle, the light, the way things, and you just feel like you have your whole day ahead of you. I don't know. Somehow psychologically, I want to be a morning person. I'm just not. Oh yeah? What was hard about it? What level are you? A 100 meters without breathing? That sounds insane. How do you do that? That's impressive. I bet. Actually, there's a whole other thing I was interested in. You reminded me when you said, there are people, right, who learn how to extend their breath, basically, so they can do free diving and go down underwater for like 10 minutes. Because I'm a scuba diver. I love going underwater, but I have a big old tank, you know, and I can't really hold my breath. 10 minutes of going around under the water, that would be great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. Sounds like a big pool. What time is it for you right now? You mean diving off of the board where you go boop, boop, or scuba diving? Wait, you're a scuba diver as well? Psh, I'm mind blown. Okay, afternoon for you. It's only 11:45 a.m. for me. The morning is just getting started. Actually, it's about to end, but the afternoon is about to get started. If my brother comes here, my brother's going to come on the show today, and we're going to have brother. Wait a few minutes. He told me he's getting dressed like 30 minutes ago. Oh, okay. You know, it could be my network too. I got disconnected earlier. I thought I heard my brother, but maybe not. Do you have a brother or a sister? I thought of another exercise I wanted to try. Oh, wow. 2 is definitely too hard for that one. Well, kind of, but it kind of has the opposite resistance profile that you want. Single child. Well, that means you get all the attention to yourself, which could be good or bad. be honest, it's good if you have friends. Yeah, I think it's good if you have friends, absolutely. But of course, it's good if you have friends that are good for you, right? I think a lot of people have friends who maybe they may not be the best influence in their life, you know, some friends who maybe aren't that responsible or good role models. So it's important to choose your friends wisely, because who you surround yourself with in life has a huge impact on your quality of life. But you're telling me, you keep saying you don't have very many friends or any friends. You're telling me in all these things you do, all your swimming, all your kickboxing,